Ever wondered where the high and mighty filthy rich will be flocking to in 2024? Well, you're in the right place, because today we're diving headfirst into the swanky world of the world's most expensive cities. But hold on a second. Before we unveil the red carpets and penthouse views, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel because we've got some mind-blowing info coming your way. Now, you might be thinking, do I need to be rolling in the dough to call these cities home? Well, it certainly won't hurt, but we've got all the deets on major metropolises that are setting new records on the cost of living scale and are poised to keep climbing in 2024. We're ranking these cities based on the cost of living index, which in a nutshell tells you how much that morning coffee and your spa day will set you back. Plus, we're throwing in a juicy tidbit about real estate trends because, let's face it, we all dream of that plush pad in the heart of the action. Surprisingly, over the past year, many big cities have seen a drop in real estate prices. But guess what? That doesn't mean everything's getting cheaper. From grooming your beard to pampering those nails, the prices are skyrocketing. So if you're ready to find out where the filthy rich are staking their claims in 2024 and which cities are giving our wallets a run for their money, buckle up, because we're about to spill the beans. So let's get started. Let's dive right into our countdown, starting with number 10, Seattle, Washington. Seattle, known for its gloomy skies, might surprise you. It's only supposed to be expensive if you're soaking up the sunshine, right? Well, despite its issues with homelessness, Seattle is undeniably beautiful. The culprit for its high costs? Big tech companies like Amazon and Microsoft showering their employees with fat paychecks, which in turn inflate prices. Seattle's got pricey rent and even pays employees to work remotely to combat traffic issues. But it's not all gloom. The city boasts a mix of natural beauty and urban life that attracts many. The Puget Sound, Elliott Bay, and the snow-capped mountains offer breathtaking views. Just be prepared for constant drizzles, and if you need caramel drizzle, head to Starbucks, which you'll find at every corner. And hey, if you're thinking about visiting the first Starbucks, don't bother. It's just a regular Starbucks with a lengthy line. The cost of living index in Seattle is 159, with an average home value of $826,590. Luckily, it's down 8.6% from last year. Now let's jet off to number 9, Honolulu, Hawaii. Honolulu, the dreamy paradise with stunning beaches and year-round sunshine, is a true gem, but it's got a wallet-crushing downside: the cost of living. You see, living in paradise doesn't come cheap, and it's mainly because of its isolated location. Shipping goods to Hawaii can cost twice as much as on the mainland, except for local products. Real estate prices are sky-high too, and the demand for homes far exceeds the supply. Whether buying or renting, get ready to shell out a significant chunk of your income for a place in Honolulu. The cost of living index here is a whopping 177, with an average home value of $798,000. And while real estate prices have dropped by 2.4% over the past year, it's still pretty steep. At number 8, we've got Miami, Florida. Miami, the Sunshine State's second largest city, is a bustling economic hub housing over 500,000 people, with the metro area topping 6 million. Known as Vice City, Miami is home to thousands of multinational firms, but it also harbors high economic disparities. The reason for the high cost of living? It's what we call the weather tax. People pay a premium for that year-round sun, and it comes with sky-high energy bills, especially during the scorching summer months. Miami's real estate scene is like a roller coaster ride. It's a playground for the rich and famous. From glittering condos to waterfront mansions, competition for prime coastal space is fierce. If you want a beachfront property in Miami, you'll need deep pockets. Miami is a city that knows how to make your wallet cry, with a cost of living score of 131, which means prices are about 31% higher compared to a typical state. The average home value? Well, it matches the city style and sunny weather, and it's anything but cheap. Moving on to number 7, Los Angeles, California. Los Angeles is infamous for its sky-high housing costs. Demand for housing in this sprawling metropolis far outstrips the available supply, resulting in exorbitant prices. Whether you're in the market for a tiny studio in a trendy neighborhood like West Hollywood or eyeing a mansion in Beverly Hills, you'll need a substantial fortune. The fierce real estate competition in LA makes affordable housing a tough find, and even if you secure a place, be prepared to allocate a substantial portion of your income to rent or mortgage payments. And it's not just housing. Everything in Los Angeles comes with a premium, from the weather tax to sky-high car insurance, gas prices, and even tacos. It's all a drain on your wallet. Traffic congestion is another cost of living issue, making daily commutes a nightmare unless you're lucky enough to work from home. The cost of living index for Los Angeles is 149, with an average home value of $923,000. On a positive note, prices have dropped 6% over the last year. Number 6 takes us to San Jose, California. San Jose may seem close to San Francisco on the map, but it's its own bustling urban hub. It's earned a reputation for its stratospheric cost of living, and it's not solely because of the sunny weather and tech-savvy vibe. With giants like Apple, Google, and Facebook headquartered nearby, it attracts high-earning tech professionals from around the world. Their fat paychecks drive up housing demand, leading to fierce bidding wars and surging rent prices. While some see the appeal, others find it overcrowded, overpriced, and plagued by terrible traffic. The cost of living index in San Jose is 156, with an average home value of $1,316,415. Prices are down 6.9% from last year, but it's still a wallet buster. And now, landing at number 5, San Diego, California. San Diego, often considered the best major city to call home in California, is a dream come true with its sun, surf, and fish tacos. However, the catch is that it's not cheap, especially if you're not in your 20s or 30s with a great job or trust fund. Prime coastal real estate is a major culprit, driven by the city's stunning beaches and perfect weather. Space along the coast is limited, and the demand for ocean view homes soars, causing property prices to skyrocket. High utility costs, insurance rates thanks to wildfire risks, and California's sky-high gas prices further squeeze your budget. Dining out in San Diego will also leave your credit card crying, and it's one of the few places in California where real estate prices are still on the rise. The cost of living index in San Diego stands at 150, with an average home value of $961,621, showing a 1.3% increase. Brace yourselves, because at number 4, we've got Washington, D.C., the high-maintenance friend of cities. Living here is like dining at fancy restaurants and sporting designer clothes while forgetting your wallet. It's no secret that D.C. is expensive, and there are good reasons behind it. The job market is a beast, teeming with government agencies, think tanks, and international organizations, driving demand for educated professionals. Higher salaries may sound great, but it ultimately leads to shelling out more on rent, living expenses, housing, and everything else in the vicious cycle. The real estate market in Washington, D.C. is plain absurd. Finding an affordable place feels like searching for unicorns or Bigfoot. Sure, some folks claim they've spotted one, but it's rare. Let's talk numbers. The cost of living index in DC is 151, with an average home value of $646,600, and prices have dropped by 2.9% over the past year. And now, number 3. Boston, Massachusetts, where living is wicked expensive, as they say. Housing in Beantown is a needle in a haystack situation, except the haystack's on fire and the needle costs a fortune. High demand for housing thanks to numerous colleges and universities churning out bright minds who opt to stay in the city allows landlords to charge a premium. As if housing woes weren't enough, the cost of living hits hard. Groceries, gas, and more are on the pricey side, possibly due to high taxes, a competitive job market, or maybe even a New England charm tax. Let's break it down. Boston's cost of living index is 153, and the average home value is $782,000, with a drop of 8% over the last year. Second to the last, we have New York City, the Big Apple, a city that needs no introduction. And yes, it's no longer the most expensive in the world, but don't be fooled. Two US cities have outpaced it. New York City's allure is undeniable with its fame, beauty, and cultural diversity. The job market is bustling, and it boasts more restaurants than you can shake a menu at. However, real estate isn't about buying, it's about renting for about 80% of the folks. Some apartments are so small that you'll need to sleep in a fetal position. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. The cost of living in NYC isn't limited to housing, it extends to everything else. Groceries, taxes, and more will test your budget. The cost of living index for New York City is 163, and the average home value is deceptively listed at $736,311.14. Finding a house at that price probably means it needs extensive work or is so compact that you can hold hands with your spouse from bed. The good news is, real estate prices have dropped by 5.8% over the past year. And now it's time to unveil our number one most expensive city, San Francisco, California. Despite its problems, the city still carries a hefty price tag, pulling you into its gravitational field of high prices. Houston in San Francisco is beyond bonkers. It's as if the walls are made of gold and unicorns roam the stables. The overall cost of living is steep, with your daily cup of coffee or gallon of gas costing more than in your average American city. Owning a car is a struggle. High insurance costs, limited parking, and sky-high DMV fees in California. Many tech professionals making over $90,000 a year can't even afford to live in the city, leading some to adopt the van life in a bid to save money. This struggle is one reason tech firms are leaving California, as employees are reluctant to move to the Bay Area. Despite its woes, prices are still on the rise, especially for daily essentials. Here are the jaw-dropping numbers. The cost of living index in San Francisco is 23, meaning everything you buy is likely to be double the price compared to other US cities. The average home value stands at a staggering $1,261,671, though it has gone down by 9.6% from a year ago. So if you're thinking of moving to San Francisco, prepare to run the numbers on your budget carefully. And that's all we have for you guys today. Thanks for joining us. Who would have thought that paradise can come at such a high price? Whether you're looking to make the move or just curious about the cost of living in these major metropolises, we've unraveled the numbers and unveiled the reasons behind their staggering expenses. So what are your thoughts on these high-cost cities? Could you imagine living in one of them? Or do you think it's a filthy rich club only? We'd love to hear your comments, so please share your insights and experiences down below. And if you enjoyed this informative deep dive into the world of pricey living, don't forget to give us a thumbs up by hitting that like button, and to stay updated on all things intriguing, insightful, and jaw-dropping, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you soon!